It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the Atlanta Hawks. Looking at the Hawks, one thing they've talked about, sustaining focus on the defensive end, allowing no easy shots, trying to be disruptive, maybe causing some turnovers that can lead to easy buckets in transition. And Trae Young, not the biggest guy out there by any means, but he finds ways to make a huge impact, especially when the shot's falling.
You know, his feel for the game at his age is unparalleled. Quick release and shoot from deep, deep, deep.
Yes, yes, yes. He's a special talent, Ernie. His ability to elude defenders, get a shot off at his size, every single time. There's only one other guy I can think of that he comes close to. And
SC?
SC, Steph Curry.
Yes, sir. That'll do it for now. We send you to KH. That'd be Kevin Harlan. He's got the call.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Hi, everyone. We're coming to you live on 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. Alongside Greg Anthony and Steve Smith with David Aldridge on the sideline, this is Kevin Harlan. We are in Atlanta as the Hawks plan to take advantage of their home floor. Steve, both teams tonight love to run the offense through the post. Great dynamic, if you can make it work, that is.
Yeah, it's not bad if you still have an old-school back-to-the-basket guy that can score on the block. But what I love now, it's not a lot of standing. Back when I played, you still see teams cutting, setting screens, and a lot of backdoor cuts where guys get some easy layups when you play out the post right now. Just a lot more movement.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. Conley out there with Avery Bradley. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5, home in the paint.
The first thing that jumps out at you about Young, that seemingly limitless shooting range and the spacing that affords for this offense.
Now here is Conley. A floater. Bucket is good. 1:12 left here in the opening quarter.
Last year, a devastating season for the Memphis Grizzlies, especially on the offensive end. Dead last in field goals attempted and in field goals made.
He gets that one.
What we've seen with Kyle Anderson, he's a below-average athlete, but has great timing on his drives.
Now here's Prince. Over Jackson, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Here's Bradley. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Conley's shot is off. Young taking his time here. Passes it to Prince. Rebounded by Jackson.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Pass to Valanciunas. Right side, Conley. Over Young. And it's Conley that time on the assist from Valanciunas. Conley's got his second bucket. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Grizzlies lead by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. One of the better two-way guards in the NBA, Mike Conley, said his inspiration growing up was none other than Gary Payton.
He was one of my favorite players growing up. I had Gary Payton jersey, had the shoes, everything. So when I looked at a player, I was like, you know, he plays on both ends. I want to be able to do that too.
And you know, Conley, maybe not the size of Payton, but Greg, he's always taken the challenge defensively.
And you can see how much of an influence the glove had on Conley. He plays a lot like him on that end.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And for Memphis guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Yeah, it didn't take them long to get that transition game going.
No, right off the tip, it was an ambush, pushing the pace every chance they got.
So on the floor for Memphis, Jackson is out there with C.J. Miles. Then there's Noah. Then it's Brooks. And it's Wright in at the 1 spot. Now here's Jackson, just 5 on the clock. And there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hawks making a change here. Bembry's checked in. .114 left now here in the second. Miles finds Wright. Memphis moving that ball around. Just 4 to shoot. It's his first trip to the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots. The
first free throw is good. Well, Greg, for Atlanta, it was out with the old and in with the new for the point guard position for the Hawks.
And Hawks were able to trade down and still get the guy they wanted in Young. See him as an impact guard to build around for the future. Had to move Schroeder to free up space for Young, but this team now has a clear core to build around.
Here's Bembry. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Noah. Kyle Anderson comes in for Jackson. Justin Holiday's checked in for Brooks. And it's Conley in for Wright. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson.
And right there, a little miscommunication on that pass.
The Hawks trail by 3. And Bazemore kicks to Bembry. Now the dish to Dedmon. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And Dwayne Dedmon, a player who started his NBA career late, was a rookie at age 24 and then floated around to several teams. But he has gone from being an end-of-the-bench guy to an important rotation player in just the last few seasons.
The first one falls.
A terrific athlete. Dedmon went undrafted a few years back, but now he's starting to grasp the mental side of the game.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Bradley's checked in. Both good from the line that time.
It's a luxury to have a big man who can shoot free throws this way.
Memphis leading.
2-for-1 territory, but they got to work quick.
This is where the play calling comes in. Let's see what they got.
Bazemore against Holiday. 5 on the clock. And stolen by Bazemore. And he's good on the 3 ball.
And with a nice assist, Bazemore still has a scorer's first approach, but now much more willing to make the extra pass.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's Atlanta. They lead by 2. 2K Sports back in a moment here in Atlanta.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings, friends and neighbors. 1 half down, another half to go. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. Some good action during the period, as it was just a 1-point game at the end of 1. They battled hard in the second quarter, and it was reflected on the scoreboard. Kenny, what was your take on Atlanta?
Well, I think they're feeling the energy of this hometown crowd. Sometimes you get a little complacent and comfortable in your surroundings, but no, they fed off adrenaline in the first half.
Shaq, your take on Memphis.
Well, they had no consistency on the defensive end. Looked like they were building confidence, and then boom, turn up the volume. A series of bad plays. They're giving up way too many good looks.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Welcome back, folks. Always so much activity going on here in the bustling metropolis of Atlanta, Georgia. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. We talk a lot about making plays at the rim and hitting threes, but the mid-range game is still alive, Steve, and it's playing well with some players.
I love it because it's coming back. The guy I come to mind to think of, first of all, is DeMar DeRozan. I think the king of the mid-range. C.J. McCollum, Carmelo Anthony, LaMarcus Aldridge, Chris Paul for a point guard does a nice job.
Chris Paul, right.
Knocking down the mid-range game. I love the three-point shot, but I think the mid-range game is starting to come back. Pump fake, one dribble, and knock it down.
And it's Prince outside at the 3 with Collins down at the power forward. Then it's Young. Then it's Alex Len. That's the group starting the second half for Lloyd Pierce. Now here's Valanciunas. No points in the game yet for him. 6 to shoot. Here's Bradley. Atlanta with the rebound.
And that can't happen. Missing the wide open chip shot.
Well, Smitty, you played here in Atlanta for so many years. What are some of your favorite spots or things to do in Atlanta?
Well, I love to eat, and two of my favorite places are Busy Bee Cafe, just love that, and Umi. Then what I love to do is try to get a little exercise. I love to walk Chastain Park. The fans here, the city of Atlanta, I just love it so much we've made it home.
Now here's Prince. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
No one rotating over to help on the mismatch. Easy lay-in.
The Hawks shooting their third free throw attempt of the game.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
The Grizzlies making a switch here. Joakim Noah's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. C.J. Miles comes in for Kyle Anderson. Brooks checked in for Bradley. And it's DeLon Wright in for Mike Conley.
One shot, gentlemen.
And that one misses.
Well, you know this franchise, they preach fundamentals. The Grizzlies led the league in personal fouls last season. Just another example of where things went wrong.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You know what? It's a big momentum builder for sure. That could be a game-changing moment there.
Now here is Carter. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Here is Miles. 7-point differential. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Wright, left side. And he gets it to go. Wright's got 6 points.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
To the left wing. Connects from three-point range.
You just can't leave anyone open around Young. He's very capable of spotting his uncovered teammates.
And so it's the Atlanta Hawks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Looks at the 3 with Jackson at the 4. Then there's Noah, and it's Holiday in at the 2 spot. Young against Wright. And Young kicks it to Bazemore. Clock at 6. And Justin Holiday picks up the foul. That's his first foul. John Collins, he's checked in for Vince Carter. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Noah. Anderson comes in for Brooks. Avery Bradley, he's checked in for Justin Holiday. And Mike Conley subbed in for DeLon Wright. Here's Bembry, guarded by Bradley. Bembry the pass to Dedmon. Over Valanciunas. Dedmon's shot is off.
The defender took away the airspace, crowded him. That changed the shot.
Out to Conley. over Young. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. And that's now 6 points for Conley. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. 6-point lead. He dishes it to Collins. Bazemore on the wing. Fires from deep, and Jackson with the block.
And definitely playing the opponent, but also they're playing against the clock.
I think that's the thing. You can't give away 1 second now. You're toast.
And an intentional foul right there.
Two shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Just a bright, young, offensive talent. Young isn't shy about forcing the action. Takes a lot of trips to the line.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. They're trailing by 8. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And with this game closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
It's just too bad they're on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. It would have been nice for him to have a chance to perform like this in the postseason. Now a timeout called by Memphis. They're down by 8. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. We've got 28 seconds left in the game. So it's the Hawks now. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Prince kicks to Young. Back to Prince. Now the pass to Len. Shot's good from Young.
And this is the kind of deficit it would take a miracle to overcome.
I think this hometown crowd agrees with you. They are fired up about it.
And so it's the Hawks taking care of business in this one. some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.